You see, and that's why I gave a course at the university actually about this, and it's called Self-Awareness and Self-Responsibility as a Tool for Growth. But what this, in a very elementary way, I was doing is helping people to start to take ownership of their reality and their feelings.
Yeah.
And then you would go like, somebody would go like, I remember once when my own daughter, or our daughter was small, when she was calling my parents, and then she said, this is one of the cases I used in the course, and then she said, yeah, the number doesn't, my grandparents changed their telephone number.
Right.
And it was, she had to say, I dialed the wrong number. It was my error. You see, but this is, in a nutshell, this is constantly happening in the bipolar level of the mind. It's constantly happening. People would not say that I feel not special, and that this feeling is mine, and it somehow got into me given my past programming. People would say, my husband, I divorced because at a certain moment I start to feel not special to my husband. So my work is to study. Been studying the okay, what is it? What's the difference between, you see, and between that bipolar mind and between that miracle maker's mind, which is this sovereign mind, which sees reality as their intention. So I'm sitting here with you now because this is my intention created this, and and stretching this sense of self towards the whole field. You see, and this is where this is a great the challenge is to understand this in a way that we could teach it in a school.
Yeah. What you want to say also is that you gotta teach people not to imprison their mind, to free your mind, because I guess you will get a whole bunch of people now that would say, yes, but this and this and this happened to me, that's why I'm this way.
Yes.
And maybe really bad things happen to you, and you say, how can I be responsible for that?
Exactly. This is the constant question that I get when I talk about this level of the mind, which is the self.
Yeah, there's a lot of resistance, and there are things that you cannot help, of course. We're not talking about babies being born certain ways or terrible abuse being happened to you, but what we can do and what you can work on is your mind. Yeah. And to free your own mind, because your mind is free.
Yes.
Whatever you see out there, what you do have to accept is you choose to see what you want to see. That's really, really people will.
Yes, and
they will die for that.
Yeah.
That's painful.
Yeah, because the what you find in this step from the butterfly to the caterpillar to the butterfly is great resistance.
Yeah.
To take responsibility, because you will realize that there's always these little remnants of the bipolar mind that will try to trick you back into surrendering. You know, in surrendering meaning giving up your true power and
going back to the old program.
Yeah, going back to the program of saying that I cannot do it. And it's basically, so what you find at the level of the miracle maker is that we become acutely aware that whatever we are entertaining in our mind becomes reality. So for instance, if you're going to, if I'm going to play a tournament, and then there's going to be all kinds of stuff going on in my mind, but then that I realize that I have the last word, not all the plethora of voices, that I can say, that I can make the decision and say that I am not investing in in what is now happening in my mind, and that what I believe, what I fundamentally believe, that that's it, and then it's over. And so you become aware that it's really the real challenge is to manage your mind.
Right.
Right now we're just completely out of control in terms of our mind, and then blaming everybody and everything around us. But the real the real action for the miracle maker is what is going on in his mind, her mind, and making sure that we are centered and that we are continent in terms of our projections, and that we are and you see, and then what we find is that when we graduate to the man child, which is the self, the self then, at the level of the self, we find this vision. The self is connected to a vision and to a group. And then the dreams tell us that it's from there on, it's belief and faith. And then and when you practice this, this is like a muscle in your body.
But you still didn't explain faith yet.
Yeah, you see, faith. This is where what I'm getting at, because faith is what you're gonna get. So you cannot see this in a dry. You need to see this in context. You need to understand that the miracle maker connects to a vision. Together with other miracle makers,
Right.
we connect this vision together. And faith is belief in this vision, and belief in these dreams that we connect to in our dreams come true. And it's belief in that vision that makes it, that putting it together, seeing it. You see, the word vision means seeing it. A good 30% of the cancer cures is attributable to visualization. The whole world of sports psychology revolves around visualization. We know now that if you can see something, the chance is very great that it will manifest if you can truly see it, feel it, and sense it. So the idea of the vision, seeing this vision and wanting it and believing it, you see, that's a whole different psychology right there.
That's faith.
That's faith. Faith is belief in these dreams or this vision come true.
Period.
Period. Period. And it's an energy. When I am very connected to my anthropos, there's this feeling almost like it's almost at the level of the heart, but you start to feel very, very deeply, and it's like and whatever you truly are busy with and feeling it deeply, there's a group of people around me there's this friend of mine that I would feel this, and he would call me the next second, or he would send me a message with the very, very same thing I was busy with. So you start to feel that it could be, you could even call it a chakra if you wish, but you start to feel that whenever you're in that stage and you are feeling and having that vision and this faith, and you're touching topics surrounding that immediately you connect to this reality beyond space and time, and you bring things and you call things towards you that are going to help you forward.